Imagine finishing your training at one of America's most prestigious medical institutions only to discover you're making $137,000 less per year than doctors in a small Minnesota town. The data are in, and some of the US's most famous medical centers are actually the worst paying. 8 of the bottom 10 cities are on the East Coast, and number 1 is going to make you rethink where you choose to practice. Dr. Jubal, MedSchoolInsiders.com. Starting our countdown at number 10 is Worcester, Massachusetts, where physicians earn an average of $397,000 a year. Located in central Massachusetts, Worcester is home to UMass Medical School. Despite being the second largest city in New England, physician compensation here falls nearly $100,000 below the top paying cities. Massachusetts' high cost of living makes this salary feel like even less. Number 9 brings us to Baltimore, Maryland at $393,000. This major East Coast city is home to Johns Hopkins, arguably the most prestigious and storied medical institution in the US. Yet doctors here earn over $100,000 less than the national top earners. The prestige of working at Hopkins apparently doesn't translate to your bank account. This is because the prestige and name brand are appealing. Many doctors want to work at prestigious institutions, so these hospitals can get away with paying people less. At number 8, Boston, Massachusetts, physicians average just $391,000. Think about that. The city with Harvard Medical School, Mass General, Brigham and Women's, and Dana-Farber is one of the worst cities for doctor pay. Again, here the prestige of Harvard and Boston's medical centers, like Mass Gen, drives down doctor salaries. Combined with Boston's brutal cost of living, where a one-bedroom apartment runs nearly $3,000 monthly, your salary won't go nearly as far in this historic city. The 7th spot goes to San Antonio, Texas at $389,000, the only Texas city in the bottom 10. Why does San Antonio pay so much less than Houston or Dallas? It's home to the military's largest medical training complex, serving 250,000 plus people who don't use civilian doctors. Add in UT Health San Antonio graduates flooding the local market, and you get the perfect storm for low physician pay in an otherwise high-paying state. Number 6 is Providence, Rhode Island, where doctors make $387,000. As the capital of the smallest state and home to Brown University's medical school, Providence combines high Northeast living costs with below-average physician compensation. Rhode Island physicians face the double hit of low compensation and limited geographic options within their state. Coming in at number 5 is Washington, D.C. at $387,000. Our nation's capital, home to Georgetown, George Washington University, and Howard Medical Schools, pays physicians less than rural markets. D.C.'s cost of living ranks among the highest nationally, yet physicians' salaries don't reflect this reality. This highlights a key truth about prestige: it often works against compensation. Washington, D.C. attracts a dense concentration of physicians drawn to its academic centers, government institutions, and policy influence. That high supply means more competition and more leverage for employers. Couple that with a strong presence of government and academic jobs, which tend to offer lower pay in exchange for stability and prestige, and it's clear, demand for a prestigious location doesn't translate to higher earnings. In fact, it can do the opposite. Number 4 takes us to Charleston, South Carolina, where physicians earn an average of $384,000. Despite being one of the South's most desirable coastal cities with a lower cost of living than our previous entries, Charleston still underpays its doctors. The lifestyle appeal apparently comes at a significant financial cost. The 3rd lowest paying city is Ann Arbor, Michigan at $373,000. Home to the University of Michigan Medical School, consistently ranked among the nation's top programs, doctors here earn $122,000 less than those in Rochester, Minnesota. Number 2 is Rochester, New York, not to be confused with Rochester, Minnesota. At $364,000, physicians in this upstate New York City earn $131,000 less than their Minnesota counterparts despite similar names and climates. This notable difference comes down to location. When the locale isn't anything special, institutions must use financial incentives to attract top talent. On a larger scale, this is why we see rural areas of the US hit hardest by doctor shortages. We covered the realities of America's doctor shortage and what we can do about it in a previous video, link in the description. I was genuinely surprised by number 1 on the list. Are you? The lowest paying city is Durham-Chapel Hill, North Carolina, where physicians average just $359,000. Home to Duke University Medical Center and UNC Medical Center, two institutions carrying significant prestige, this Research Triangle hub offers the worst physician compensation in the country. Durham-Chapel Hill is a relatively small city, and with two major academic medical centers dominating the market, there's less room for private practice groups that typically pay more. The small population also equates to fewer specialized doctors, which drives the average down further. As we know, specialists get paid more than primary care doctors. It's undeniable that physicians take home high paychecks no matter the city, but these salary differences compound to substantial cash over time. The difference between the lowest and highest paying cities is about $137,000, which is equivalent to almost $4.8 million over a 35-year career. And that's not even factoring in inflation and investment potential. With such high salaries, why are so many doctors living from paycheck to paycheck with extreme debt and high interest? Watch our video right up here on the harsh reality of physician debt.